Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming's The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 14, Rick and Morgan's Last Stand. So we have a brand new episode coming up this week, and that's not the title of it, but I do think that is exactly what is going to go down, because we've got several different storylines that will play out this week. We're going to talk about all of them, but I expect some big things from Rick and Morgan, and I expect this might be a scene where it's adios, that something's going to go down either this week. It's got to happen soon. We only got 3 weeks left before Morgan leaves for Fear, but I'm wondering if it's going to be Episode 14 that's going to go down. Want to thank all of you guys for being here tonight. Got some really awesome messages on the videos the last couple days, and I'm going to jump into that in 1 second. I see that Valar is making a wonderful introduction there, saying what's up to the 99 Army. Kills, Emmy, Bree, Steph, Kel, Sweet Tommy, sponsors, and patrons. Thanks so much, Valar. Appreciate you being here, and thanks for that super chat. Let's get this thing rolling. So, you know, when you do these streams, sometimes you're going topic to topic, and you watch the video or you watch the episode, and then you jump on a tangent. Rick wasn't cut. I mean, I'm watching this really fast. I do have to be honest with you guys. Last week was a very hectic week with the renovations, and normally I go in and watch the episode two and a half times to get all the details. So apparently that scar is from the fight with Negan, the car wreck, not a tainted weapon. So we can all breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief that Rick is, I just got kind of out of context a little bit. So Rick is still good to go. Tara is a different story, but I think Tara is safe as well. I think Tara was shot by a weapon that was not tainted as well. I think Dwight did that intentionally. So I think Tara and Rick are both safe at this point. And we know that Rick is going to get cut a little bit later on. Now, when he gets stabbed, that might be a little different story. And I do also think, I don't know if Chris Raining is in the house yet, I think there's less of a chance that Dwight is going to shoot Rick now. I know that was the arrow theory, but since Dwight ran up on Tara and shot her, I don't think that's going to play out. I definitely think that's going to be from a Rick and Negan fight. So we're getting closer and closer to getting some answers that we've been waiting for a long time. That's right. David Darnell says Simon was about to kill her. And you know, I didn't see Simon ever put anything on his arrows. I'm sorry, I said Simon. I didn't see Dwight ever put anything on his arrows. I mean, I guess you're kind of left to wonder. We could probably go back in, zoom in if we wanted to, and see if there's some Walker guts hanging off of one of the arrows. But I'm pretty sure Tara is safe. I saw the joking, and I think you got the smackdown put right side of elections. It's like, he's here every night, but I guess you're trolling a little too much for some of the moderators. I unbanned you, though. You're good to go. Sorry, don't hate anybody. I didn't think you did. Is Henry dying? Well, we're going to talk about that. I did have that as a topic of conversation. I'm going to make some bold predictions. They could be just totally wrong, but I'm going to go for it. I got a feeling Carol is going to go out looking for Henry, and Carol is going to put Gregory down. I don't know. I got a feeling Gregory's got to die, and I don't know, strange. Maybe Gregory has Henry. So let me throw it out to the group. Guys, do you think Henry's going to die? You think Henry's going to get a chance to kill Jared? Or do you think that maybe Carol will find Henry with Jared or Gregory and kill one of them? Kel says she thinks that Gregory has Henry. Hey, maybe I'm onto something here. Let's see how many people agree with that. Northside says Henry's going to live. I think Henry's going to live. Vonda Martin. Welcome back, Vonda. Good to see you again. Some technical difficulties as well. Yeah, I don't think he's going to die. I got a feeling it's going to be something. Don't know what's going to happen yet. It was just weird. I know when Carol went out says in the preview that Carol searches for someone in the nearby forest. Well, who else are you going to be searching for? All right. I think I'll save the Rick and Morgan part for last. I'm going to also make, I'm feeling like bold predictions tonight. So I'm going to make 3 love predictions. I usually don't do it. I know we're in the middle of war, but people always, they want to talk about it. So my 3 relationship predictions for The Walking Dead over the next season and a half. Maybe not season 9, but somewhere along the way. Because I started watching how these characters are just sort of hanging out with each other a little bit more. You guys didn't know what you were going to get with the stream tonight. Hi everyone, this is The Walking Dead Love Line. This is Killshot, your host, coming at you live, 8:35, and tonight's love prediction is Rosita and Daryl. You got it, Paris. I do think that. I've seen them in scenes a couple times, and they're going to be out hunting for Eugene. My number 1 prediction is Daryl and Rosita. Definitely think that's going to happen. I do think that now I think the Carol and Daryl thing is past us, and I think the Carol and Tobin thing is definitely past us. Carol and the King. I think it's going to be Carol and the King. And then the last one, I think, it will be, I do think Aaron and Jesus at some point. But some time has to pass because of Eric. But those are the big 3. Just thought I'd throw it out there. We haven't had a love line dedication in a long time. Any love songs you guys want to request? I'm up for it. All right, moving on to the next topic. We've got Rick and Morgan. This is really what I want to talk about tonight. Because Rick is desperate. You see this scene here where I think he's basically telling Michonne, I got to go end this. And she's probably going to give him a little bit of the what Carl wanted thing. It's going to play on his mind a little bit. Rick's not himself right now. I mean, he can't stop, he can't think, he can't rationalize. And we finally are going to get the epic bar scene between Rick and Morgan. This is the last hurrah. And I think this is important because Morgan's leaving. Rick and Morgan have a long history. They've got to do something, together. So it makes perfect sense. I think it's good writing. Rick goes up to Morgan, says, let's finish this. And they end up in this bar surrounded by walkers. So I'm going to make a couple predictions of how this could play out. In fact, before I do that, what do you think will happen with the Rick and Morgan scene? Let me see a couple predictions here. I got my own thoughts, but I want to see a couple other people chime in. And I don't know if it's going to happen this week or in 15, but I got a good feeling it's going to go down like this. It's a good point, Deja Vu. All these bars are surrounded by walkers. I mean, I guess Rick probably thinks he's hunting Negan. He has no idea that Negan's with Jadis. So, Real Uncle says, same bar scene from season 4. Brian Clayton, epic conversation between the two of them about their sons. Yeah, you could see that, how they relate. So, I think it's going to play out something like this. Morgan has to have a reason to leave, right? And he probably ain't going to leave in the middle of the war. So either he's going to leave here or he's going to leave in 16. But this would be a decent way to write this in. So what if, remember the, what was it, the Ferris wheel scene where Michonne and Rick were there and you thought that Rick was going to be eaten alive and Michonne was already like panicking? So what if Rick gets surrounded by walkers and Morgan has to leave him? Thinks it's over and just runs and runs and runs. That could be a possibility. Or what if Rick gets captured and Morgan gets away? Now, I know that's not really Morgan's character to run, but if the odds are really, really bad, or if Rick wanted to be captured, I mean, there's only 2 of them. Maybe Rick's got a plan. Hey, David, Morgan is a runner. If you saw that preview to Fear the Walking Dead, he's Forrest Gumping it all the way to Texas. Now that is an amazing super chat. Sheila says, just because I love the Army and everyone here. Thank you so much, Sheila. Appreciate that. Thanks for being a part of the team. It sounds good, doesn't it, Emmy? Run, Morgan, run. I see what you did there. So, Epic Vid says, I don't see any other way for Henry to die. Yeah, he does, Scott. I mean, Morgan's a good character. I mean, and Lenny's a good actor. I just have a feeling, because I know the way we're going to get to 16. I just don't have all the details, and it's starting to make sense. We've got 3 hours, 3.5 hours probably, to get to the end of the season. So let's sort of play it out. And if you have some thoughts, chime in, and I'll jump in and read a few of your comments. So where we're at right now, we've got 3 episodes to get to perhaps a second lineup, exploding bullets, and a final Rick and Negan fight. So we got to get from where we're at right now to that. So Negan is captured. Negan has to break loose, or there has to be a trade-off. I can get you Simon. Didn't know he killed all your men. Let me go. I think the way Simon had to retreat, I think that's a possibility. I mean, Simon doesn't like losers, and he pretty much just lost. Nothing wrong with Negan coming back in, taking over, and finishing the deal. So let's say a trade-off happens this week. So that gives us 2 weeks. Another week for Negan to attack Hilltop again. But we've got the problem with Rick. Is it possible Rick gets captured and gets taken to Hilltop for the second lineup? That, to me, would make a little bit more sense than Rick and Morgan fighting, coming back, meeting Negan. I feel like something has to happen when he's out on the road. So we get to see Eugene, so we're going to see a little bit more of that. But we only know that Rosita and Daryl are spying on Eugene. He's got the resources there. Haven't really confirmed the bullets. So Villar says, Negan will give Simon to Jadis to get back to the Saviors. I can see that happening. Carrie, I don't think Simon is in the lineup. I think what goes down between Simon and Jadis is going to be their own thing. And I feel like, all right, I kind of know the answer to this. Or at least I know my answer to it. Simon and Jadis, who survives it? Now remember, Simon may be turned over as a prisoner. So I'm not talking about just like a face-to-face standoff. I'm just saying Negan turns Simon over. Does Simon escape? I think Jadis survives it too. So, if we get that goes down this episode, and perhaps Jadis kills Simon in episode 15, then we can pretty much be done with Jadis for the rest of the season. Going to be wondering what happens, what goes down. I agree with that. I think Simon gets walked into the meat grinder, the car crusher, the compactor, whatever the thing is. I think Simon gets walked into it. We actually, 3 weeks ago, I think we predicted that. So if it happens, I've got it on record that Simon gets the human meat grinder. So while that's all going down, Rick perhaps gets captured. I mean, the Hilltop's not in a bad situation because let's say the bullets are blanks. But if Negan storms up even with blank bullets, see, yes, okay. This is why it has to happen this way. All right. If Rick is not captured and I'm going to address this question. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I got it figured out. Let me get to the super chat really quickly. Pieces 200,368 says, do you think Jadis will end up helping Rick? I don't. I think Jadis hates Rick as much as anyone. I think Jadis kills Simon. And then Jadis disappears. So either she shows back up, part of the Whispers, part of the Commonwealth, or she's just out there on her own like Sherry and Heath. I could be wrong, though. But I feel it. Okay, so we're going to sort of walk this out. If Negan has blanks, they're not going to come up on the hilltop and start shooting them. So something has to happen to keep all the people from going up and shooting down the hilltoppers. They're going to have to surrender. So Simon and Jadis have their own storyline. They're out somewhere. Aaron, probably not back. What's going to make Maggie surrender? Rick. They'd lay down their weapons without even a fight. Because if they roll up on them and start shooting, they're blanks. It's obvious. So something has to go down to where they have to hold their fire until they get the lineup, and then Negan says shoot them, and then bam, the guns blow up. But if they shoot them when they're on the way in the gate and going to battle, then the guns are going to blow up. So there has to be a story to it. And that would make a little bit of sense, right? Because we've got 14. 14 would be this epic battle between Rick and Morgan. Perhaps Rick gets captured. Dwight gets found out. Dwight will be a prisoner. Rick will be a prisoner not in a jumpsuit. They go back up to Hilltop the second time, and then we want your surrender, and then Negan just decides to execute all the leaders. And you know, I know a couple people said the lineups are getting annoying, but the lineup has to happen for the blank bullets to take effect. If it doesn't, then well, you're just going to be blowing yourself up on the way there. And then people are going to say, stop shooting, stop shooting. We don't, I don't, just a feeling. I could be a little off on that, but it's one of those that I think I'm on to something. And then, of course, the word that's out there, and this is where there's strong rumors. So what I just told you is not confirmed. It's not a rumor. It's not a spoiler. It's nothing. It's just something that I kind of concocted. But knowing where we're at now and knowing what I know is a strong rumor in 16, and in 16 the finale is a second lineup, is the exploding bullets, and then we know Rick is injured. Now, does he get injured when he's taken captive? Does he get injured at the end when he goes after Negan? I would think that it's probably in a fight with Negan. And then I think Jason, the mixologist, predicted that Negan might be sitting on the other side of the tree. And Rick and Negan finally have that conversation and either read Carl's letter or decide that the war is over. And I could certainly see that happening. I know it's not going to be satisfying for a lot of people that want Negan dead and want closure to it. But that would be a pretty, I don't know that's a cliffhanger, but it would be a, well, I guess, honestly, everything that happens at the end of a season is pretty much a cliffhanger. But it would be interesting to see the season end with Rick and Negan and Nick, and I'm sorry, and Rick just saying, my mercy prevails over my wrath, just being unsure of what to do. That's a very good possibility. Rial says, you know, what if someone sabotages it? It's a fun thought, but I don't know that they'll have the time to do that. I mean, I guess if Eugene left, but you'd think a bullet factory, they would leave someone guarding or leave someone on duty. I guess Rosita and Daryl could take one of them out. These are, wow, we got Ezekiel Elliott here. These are very strong predictions with some rumors mixed in, not confirmed. So Carol wants to know, when does Oceanside come into play? I don't know all of Oceanside's going to come into play. Maybe Cindy. The capture would also give some closure to Morgan. But, you know, I could see one of two things. Either Morgan just can't handle it anymore and has to get out, or, you know, something could still go down with Father G. You know what would be really, really cool is if I were the writer, this is the way I would write this. So check this out, everybody. See what you think about this. Because Father G has this strong faith, and it's getting stronger and stronger, and it was just tested with Dr. Carson. What if in episode 16, Father G is sick. He's sick. He's, you know, he tainted Walker guts. He did get his antibiotics. Maybe he's going to live. Maybe he's not going to live. But it looks like he's getting a little worse and he's losing his eyesight. What if they showed the scene like in slow motion? Because, you know, he believes in faith and he thinks he's here for a reason. So Father G sabotages the bullets. And then Negan gives the order to fire. Father G's not there. He's sick. He's dying. But he's still alive. I'm telling it like a story, like we're at the campfire, right? And as they pull the trigger in slow motion, the guns explode one by one. And then you cut in and you see Father G at a different location. His final breath, his final act was to save all of Rick's group. And then he dies. Boom. Right? I mean, what's he going to do? He's a blind man in the apocalypse. But his final act, because here's why it makes sense. He turned his back on all those people in the church. So wouldn't like his final act, wouldn't that be like the most awesome thing, that you just kind of see him with his eyes closed, just visualizing like he knows what happened, and it happened. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Just wanted to... While singing like a prayer? No. Maybe singing living on a prayer. And then after Father... It'd have to be in slow motion. So we see this happening, you know, one by one, like the guns just blowing up. And then Father G, like his final breath. But there's more things that have to happen after that. And then it gradually gets back to real time. Like, you know, the look on Negan's face. Eugene, you son of a... And then it goes fast, and it gets back. And then he goes after Eugene, because he knows that Eugene is the one behind it. And then that part is a very strong rumor. That's almost confirmed. He goes after Eugene. Dwight jumps in, saves Eugene. Negan runs, and then Rick goes after him. And I think that's where we end up at the final showdown. I think we're going to get one last chase scene, kind of like that scene. But hey, Rick failed the last time. He had Negan pinned in. He didn't finish the job. Will he finish the job this time around? Maybe. Or maybe he hears those words that Michonne's probably telling him right there about how Carl wanted to end this war. So that is where we're at. I know this is kind of Morgan's last stand, but I do think that the Rick and Morgan scene will play into all the other things that are going to go down. This looks like another good episode. I'm really down for it. Couple things I do want to announce. We're running up on 30 minutes here. Is number one, we've had 150, 200, 300 people back and forth. If we can get everybody to slap that like button, the people that are part of this 999 Army, show a little love. Hit that like button. If you are new, would love to have you come back. We do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Sometimes, if it's a good week, we might even jump in on Friday. So I'll let you guys know about Friday. and Sunday is Easter. So it's unlikely that we will do all of the streams. I know normally we do the junkies, and then we do the countdown, and then reactions. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to cancel the Walking Dead junkies at noon, and I will be back with you, well, obviously tomorrow, but I'll be back on Sunday. We'll do the 8 o'clock stream, and then we'll also do the reaction video after the stream. And that is where we're going to leave it. If this is your first stream, can you type just like a 444? I saw a couple new faces in there. Also, I want to say thank you to many of you who have joined us on the Facebook Walking Dead 999 Army. I mean, it's really growing super fast, and a lot of you have told other people, and this has just become an awesome forum. Not just our live streams. We're doing live streams for a long time, but there's a lot of just really good networking, good relationships with many of you here. So if you're new, William Stringer, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. And I saw a couple other people too. David Darnell. David, you've been here before. Oh, he typed a 999. He's already getting shout out. Oh, it's fine. And I wouldn't ask you guys, if you don't have Facebook accounts, don't go set up a Facebook account just to hang out. Unless you want to set up an anonymous one just so you can see posts or any of those things. I mean, you don't have to put any personal information in there. You can remain completely anonymous. But we do post different times and special streams and any of those things. So would appreciate if you guys would join there as well. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, hang out with us a little bit, get involved. Very interactive. I just kind of guide the boat a little bit. You guys are the engine that really makes this thing run. So I appreciate everybody being here. And also, I'm going to update the Patreons. Several new people have sponsored the 999 Gaming on the Patreon site. I know it's got 18 or 20 over there, but I have to update that, so I'll try to get updated before tomorrow. Kyle is new. I think Connie is new as well. Also, the sponsors, people that do super chats, thank you for everything that you do. We're going to wind this thing down, and if you guys can, PD, there's a couple things. PD wants to know, how do I become an official sponsor? So the sponsorship, there should be a green tab right down below where it says, over on the right side of your screen. The green tab is a sponsorship through YouTube. It still sponsors 999. I think it's about $3, something like $2.50 or $3, and you get a there's a custom badge. I can upload custom emojis. The more people sponsor, the more custom emojis. It's like a YouTube thing. So if you have like a certain amount of sponsors, you can do 4 custom emojis, and then as it grows, you can do 5, you can do 10, all of the above. The Patreon site is on my main page, www.patreon, and then there's a link to it. That's another way. And also, if you're not a sponsor, just hang out. I'm just answering a question because somebody asked. But everything that you guys do, I appreciate it, whether it's just watching over dinner or getting involved or being on Facebook, or you guys can send me a message at Kit, K-I-L-Z-H-O-T, if you got a theory or prediction or something that you want to talk about. And very soon we're going to start up our random things again. I know everybody wants to do them, but we're in the middle of Walking Dead season, so we kind of got to do as many of these streams as we possibly can just to get the topics out there. All right, everybody, going to wind this thing down. Once again, give me some quick 999s, and we will do some shout-outs and end this video. If you're watching at home, this is the closing credits. You can go ahead and take off. Everybody else, I want to say what's up to DDA Ohio, Rubelo's channel. Who else we got? Tommy V. Also, all my moderators. Moderators are awesome. Bree, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells, thank you so much. Carol, appreciate it. B Loves 999. Dan Berendez. Superman Nick. What's up, Superman? Ron Burgundy. Chosen One. Your uncle. Pieces. Maggie, thank you. Andy Bain. Melinda Kettler. Carrie Rosebicki. I'm trying. Epic Vids 8. Alan Hamma. Kirsten K. Michelle M. Bumblebee Brown. What's up, Bumblebee? Walker Tobin McLeod. Meat Grinder. Probably going to see the Meat Grinder very soon. Guppet Master. Wills. Vonda Martin, thank you. Charlie Amos. Northside Queen. Mama Missy. What's up, Pickles? Happy birthday, Tammy Heitzman, as well. Chris Salisbury. Lieutenant Crawfish of the 999 Army. What's up, Crawfish? Scott Kern and Sheila Beasley, thank you so much. Samantha Coombs. Madison Dickey, Chris Rainig, Dave Doherty in the house. Bye, Jenna. Thank you for being here. Edith Murphy, Justin Petrie. Oh, you know what? I think I said your last name perfectly and I missed your first name. If I did, I'm sorry. It's Carrie. Football Stuff Worldwide. Pat Sanzone. Lindsay Luke in the house. Welcome back, Lindsay. Walking Dead Nerd. Chain Simmons. What's up, Chains? DJ Darmstadt. Brian Clayton. What's up, Brian? Thanks for being here. Thank you, Janet. Appreciate you being here as well. Yeah, I feel pretty good about my Father Gabe theory. If it doesn't happen like that, they should call me. Seriously. They should let me write at least one episode of The Walking Dead. Send a letter to Gimple. Sign a petition. A petition. It's a long day. I'm out of it, man. Thank you, Alan Ham. I appreciate you being here. Gina Crockett. Appreciate it. Becca Boland. Thank you, Becca. I love all the hearts. Crawfish with a super chat at the end. Crawfish says, Heath was a big part of the war. Will we see Heath again? I think we're going to see Heath again. I know we're going to see Heath again. I just can't promise you it won't be half of Heath on a steak. Or whether or not he's joined another group. What concerns me is those glasses. No optometrist in The Walking Dead. Heath had some thick glasses, and they're gone. So, he might be as blind as Father G. That leads me to believe that he's dead. eBeach72, what's up, eBeach? Thank you for being here. Petey Weedy, what's up, Petey? 1189 Paris, thank you for being here tonight. I think I'm doing like multiple shout-outs. You know what? When you have this many names, you're going to miss some, and you're going to double up. I might even triple up. Spaz, 23. What's up, Spaz? Hey, Kelly. Thank you for being here, Kelly Golonzinier. DDA Ohio. I think that's my third shout-out for you. All right, everybody. I missed quite a few people. If I missed you, once the comments go live, just go over there and throw a few comments up. And also, leave some of the comments what you liked about the stream, what you think we can improve upon. And if I didn't answer your question, post your question, and hopefully some people in 999 Army will also answer as well. I'll see you all 9:30 tomorrow night. Peace.